Baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. Now I've got some good old love, but I got some more in store. When I get to throwing it out, you got to come back for more. Boys and things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, 'cause mama, I'm sure to handle now, yes. Some more in store. When I get to throwing it all, you got to come back for more. Boys and things come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but 10-cent loves. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, 'cause I'm damn hard to handle. All right. Yeah. Keep grooving, baby. Fuck it. Oh, can I curse? Should I ask that before? Too long away from my baby, yeah. I'm coming down with a misery. I don't need no doctor yet for my prescription to be filled. I don't need no doctor. I don't need no doctor yet for my prescription to be filled. It's only my baby's arms could ever take this chill away. But now the doctor said I need rest. Oh, I need her tenderness. Put me on the critical list when all I need is a sweet kiss. Medicated lotion, body can soothe my own motion, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, like adjust it maybe. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Crystal's production manager is coming out.
Yeah, keep going. Keep playing.
Move over that E to D. And that saves some time. Start out solo so we keep it.
Factory.
Are we live? We're live. Vicky, I think they pulled that off.
I think it went very smoothly tonight.
We can't tell. We're
no,
not.
we can't tell. So we don't know if the audio is messed up
we
or
don't know.
not. But
We'll
I
know
think
later.
It looks good. Yeah.
We'll know later. And you know what, Vicky? Even if it didn't go great,
Right.
we can't even scream because no one's getting paid.
No one's getting paid. So.
We can't even fire people.
Nope, we can't.
No, the state did that for us, right? The state.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. That's
No.
right away. Welcome to the Stress Factory Comedy Club, live, the Vicky and Vinny Brand show. And Vicky, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Very good to have you back. Last week, sitting in that chair with Derek,
Yes.
and it was awful.
Well, I think that's a little harsh.
Every time I look over, I'm looking for a beautiful sidekick, and I'm seeing Derek, and he's not a beautiful. And I shouldn't call you a sidekick.
No, well, no, it's fine. But Derek's been pulling off that beard rather nicely, so it's been looking good. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you
beard.
up front that I get a little annoyed because when I read through the comments, everybody likes Vicky more than me.
That's not true. That's not.
Pisses me off.
That's not
Pisses
true
me
at
off.
all.
I'm far more creative than Vicky, and because she's
and modest.
huh?
And modest.
You're what?
And you're modest. Far more modest.
I'm very modest, and
Yeah.
and for a man of my particular ability to be modest is very difficult
Oh yeah.
because
yeah.
you know let's say if Derek were modest, that's not hard.
Right.
But for me, it's very
Right.
very difficult. So so let's get to work.
Yes.
All right, because we have a big show, and you were not here last week,
No, I was not.
and that's because we had a loss in the family, and we're going to dedicate our show tonight to our nephew,
Yeah.
Wayne Evans, who passed away, 21 years old, and did you have the picture up, Crystal? That's a picture of Wayne and his girlfriend
Carly.
and Damon Wayans.
And Damon Wayans. They came here. It was the one and only time that little Wayne, that came here. I had said to him since he got his license, you know, come down to the comedy club. Come see us at work. And finally, when he turned, right before he turned 21, him and
Right.
Carly came down.
Under 21
Yeah, under 21.
in our place,
Yeah.
and we didn't offer him liquor, but he didn't try and get liquor. The server said, "Would you like a drink?" And he said, "I can't do that. I'm not 21."
He's such a good boy.
We're talking about an unbelievable young kid
Such a
because
good boy.
the average 21-year-old is drinking nonstop, right? And little Wayne would not drink here because it's our place. He didn't want to put us at risk.
Yeah.
And that night, by the way, so I'll tell you a story. You don't know
Yeah.
the story.
No, I don't know.
And you shouldn't talk because you're going to get choked up. I am choked up, but I have worked up to this moment that I can do the story without getting choked up because the kid had that impact on people. People love. They just loved him immediately. Now, here's a little thing. When I'm on stage and I'm working and I look at an audience member, it could be Mary and Todd, doesn't matter who it is, but I might look at somebody and pick on them and never, ever register who they are because they're just fodder. They're just
Right.
tools for me to use, and I don't necessarily recognize them. And after shows, sometimes people go, "Hey, you talked to me during the show, and you didn't say hi. I didn't even realize that was you." Because I really don't look at people as my equal. So I'm only kidding. That's a joke. No, when I look at someone on stage, let's say it was Mary and Todd. No, I would recognize them. I know them
Right.
too well. But our studio audience came in tonight to help us. But I might look at them and never register it. Now, the last time that Little Wayne was here, I was working across the front. It was Damon Wayne's show.
Right.
And I pointed to Wayne and Carly, and I picked on them.
Yes.
And I did not register at all until he smiled at me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, my God, I'm looking at my nephew. And it was such a great moment because he had that very goofy, easy go about him that made everybody happy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell one very fast story about the funeral. You should not be on the camera for this one, all right? Because there's, you know, Vicky, I always look for the funny in everything. So or the good and everything. Well, first of all, during the lockdown, you're not allowed to have more than 10 people at the funeral.
That's right.
But Lil Wayne had such an impact on people that, and we're getting in trouble, but I'm not going to say what town.
No,
there
don't say
were
what town.
Probably 400 people.
There was
400
a lot of
people came, and the best part about it is that the police loved the kid, and not only did they not shut the funeral down, they drove by it. And
right,
then,
but to be fair, we followed protocol in that.
Stop being okay. We followed protocol. Yeah, we got 10 in and 10 out. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
The kid had 400 people there, and the police gave a 3-town escort.
It's a 2-town.
And his company, Harrington Construction.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Harrington Construction was
unbelievable. They came out with their entire company.
Yeah.
They came out with 10 or 15 vehicles. They gave it an escort that was unbelievable. And the funeral went well. And my father always told me when I was a kid, there's 2 ways to make sure you have a packed funeral. You want to have a packed funeral. One is to live your life in a way that people come and show their respects and say goodbye to you. And they love you that much. And the other way is to be such a scumbag that people come to make sure you're dead. And I will tell you that this kid, they came to show their love. And then let's talk about the priest at the gravesite. Okay? Because the priest at the gravesite,
yeah.
And this is how you know God has a sense of humor and he wants you to get through things.
Yeah.
So we go to the gravesite. It's nothing but wall-to-wall tears.
Yeah.
It's wall-to-wall tears. Everyone's upset. The priest comes out and does his priestly thing, And then when he goes to bless the casket with holy water, so help me God, he used a Poland Spring bottle of water. Am I making that up?
No. Out came the Poland Spring bottle.
Poland Spring bottle.
Out came the Poland Spring bottle, which Lil Wayne would have fully have appreciated.
Oh, he would have loved that.
He would have thought that was hysterical.
He would have loved it. And in my head, I'm going, holy water coming to you straight from Maine. And he's just, I got to tell you something. I was waiting for him because it was a little warm.
Right.
I was waiting for the priest to pull like all right, we're going to hang on.
Yeah.
But he literally splashed.
With the Poland Spring bottle, yep.
So tonight's show is dedicated to Lil Wayne. And if you didn't get to know him, you got cheated in life. But we're going to put on an unbelievable show. And we have an unbelievable show tonight.
We do. We are blessed to have Tom Cotter and Carrie Louise. I just put their names together. I don't know if you realize that.
Tom and Carrie are here.
I was doing
And how great are those
that
musicians?
band was amazing.
They're unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And I got to tell you something. I'm going to say this real quick. So Joe came in to do the music for us with his friend Alex. And Joe might be the coolest looking individual I've ever seen.
He does. He's got that cool
He's
band
21
look.
years old.
Yeah.
Super talented, right?
Yeah.
And he's standing there during the production meeting, and he's got his arms folded, and he's listening to me. And I'm like, I'm a little afraid of this kid because he's cooler than I've ever been.
Yeah, he's got the coolness of Axl Rose.
He what?
He's got the coolness of like Axl Rose. From
Oh,
Guns
he
N'
makes
Roses.
Axl Rose look like
Well, not now, not today, Axl Rose.
No, he's cooler than
1990
Axl Rose ever
Axl
was.
Rose.
No, he's got the a really complete cool about him.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm thrilled to have him here, and I'm going to read the names because I can't.
No.
I'm so terrible. But we were listening to him during the pre-show.
Yeah, he was amazing.
And they're unbelievable.
Very
right?
talented.
So it is my great pleasure to introduce two New Jersey natives, I believe, and both serious rock and rollers. Please welcome our band for tonight, Joe Kuna and Alex Moravicek. I got it right. Yeah, let's hit it, boys.
Oh, baby, here I am. I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me. Good old love, I got some more in store. When I get to throwing it on, you got to come back for more. The boys and things that come by the dozen, that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me light your candle, 'cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah! And actions speak louder than words. I'm a man with great experience. I know you got another man, but I can love you better than him. Damn right. Take my hand, don't be afraid. Prove every word I say. They all come by the dozen. Pretty little thing, let me let you candle good. Mama, I'm sure the handle now, yes I am. Take it away, Alex. Mama, I'm sure the handle now is I.
Man! Wow! Wow! Man, that's not unbelievable. Give a big round of applause to Alex and Joe, everybody. That was amazing. I was teasing, I don't know if you know, Joe doesn't know me well enough. Beforehand, he said he's going to do Hard to Handle.
Right.
Now, he told me that it's an Otis Redding song, which it is, right? Mm-hmm. But I said to him, oh, from the Black Crowes. And he just looked at me with utter contempt, but I was busting his balls.
Right.
Yeah, he was a little bit, a little upset. That was unbelievable, boys. Thank you very much. And we're going to be back with the band a little bit later. You'll hear some more music from Alex and Joe. So, Vicky, also today, because we're making the production, it's free, right?
Right, it's free.
It's free. And the reason it's free is why, again?
I don't know. Why?
Because you said make it free.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is your fault. We can't make a living, all right? We sold tickets, and you said, no, let's do it for free.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want you all to know, when we're living under a bridge embankment, and we're doing the show from the side of a road, it'll be your fault.
There's a lot of sidewalk entertainment. So
Yeah, a lot of
really,
yes, Vicky.
We could
yes.
We'll
I'll tell you
blend
something,
right in.
Vicky. You never walk down the subway and see two people bantering for money.
Yeah.
It's always someone like Joe and Alex making the coin.
Yeah.
So we decided that we're going to help people entertain them for free.
Yes.
And we also decided that we want to talk about some of our friends who are impacted by this that are unbelievable.
Yes.
And who did we think of?
Well, Mr. McClune, who is Mr. McClune.
Tim McClune.
Tim McClune.
Who was a New Jersey icon.
Yes.
An unbelievable guy.
Right, and we know him also because he was a running coach. And
he is a running coach.
He is a running coach. And
he ran at Harvard.
What?
Tim ran at Harvard.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
do a little research
Well-
in the pre-production meeting.
Well, I just know because, he was always so gracious to our daughters.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't their coach, he was,
Right.
competing school. He was
Yep.
always so phenomenal. And, in addition to being a restaurateur.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Tim also for years has done Holiday Express.
Yes.
Raising money every
Yes.
holiday season, and a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of
always
money.
giving of himself.
Yes.
And he has, I don't know, 8 or 9 great restaurants.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Yeah. And I want to talk about our favorite,
Rum Runner.
the Rum Runner.
I love Rum Runner.
Yeah. and
Always our
yeah.
place of choice to go to celebrate
Let me
something.
tell you what I do. I bring Vicky to the Rum Runner, and I sit on the deck, and I watch the sun set into the Shrewsbury,
Yep.
and I liquor her up, and then I...
Not appropriate. Not appropriate.
What do you think I'm doing? And the food is amazing.
Yeah, the food
And
is amazing.
I shot a little video today. Tim doesn't
Yes.
know. Hey, can you roll the video for us? This is the... Here's the thing. What I want you to do, Tim is now opening all their restaurants, all right, for takeout. Robinson Ale House,
Right.
where we had our Mother's Day dinner in Red Bank, Broad Street.
Right.
Amazing. He's got 2 places in Asbury. He's got a place in Seabright, the Rum Runner.
Right. He's got the place in Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury.
Yeah. He's got Rum Runner, a couple in Asbury, Shrewsbury.
You know what, Vicky?
Red
Let me tell you
Bank.
something. Listen,
Yeah.
people, we're doing all this for free, all right? Don't make us do all the work. Get on your damn computer
Google it yourself.
and Google McClones, okay? And if you want great food,
Yeah.
you go there. And if they get open again, if the state
Yeah.
opens again, you got to check this place out because it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right? Now, Vicky, we're going to talk a little bit about my rant, and then we're going to bring our first guest up. I know you're upset with me because you think people... Vicky always tries to rein me and say, you don't want me to rant because you say people come to us for humor, but I think the rants are a little funny.
I don't think they're funny necessarily.
Okay, Vicky, let me ask you a question.
But
Let me ask you a question about what's funny and what isn't funny. First of all, what the hell do you know? That's my first question. All right.
really,
But
very little.
you don't think it's a little funny that we're in phase 1 of the reopening and the phase before this is referred to as phase 0?
I do think that's a little silly to call it
There's
that.
no phase 0.
Yeah.
If you want to, did I do this last week? Did I talk about this? If you went to someone's house and they had a baby and you said, oh my God, your baby, beautiful. How old is your baby? And they said, oh, the baby's 0, but next month they turn 1. You would immediately call DIFUS and say, these people can't raise a baby. You're not 0. You're 11 months. We
Right.
didn't come out of phase 0.
No.
We came out of the lockdown.
Yeah.
And now we're in phase 1.
Right.
And that was in a rant. I think that's harmless. I don't think I'm saying anything terrible there.
No, I think that's fine.
That's fine, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Vicky, sometimes I rant without Vicky in the room because then I get away with more. Like yesterday's rant, Vicky was not around.
Well, sometimes what will happen is something will pop up on my phone and I'm in a different part of the house and I can't get to you fast enough to stop you. Like I'm like running through the house. Be like, stop!
it's very funny.
Yeah.
This is how I know when a rant has gone overboard. I will go upstairs and Vicky has heard the rant and she'll just be doing this.
Yeah.
Right? You just
Yeah.
shake your head at me.
Well, because it's also trickling down now to our 7-year-old who's made her own newscasts.
She's very funny.
She is very funny, but
She's very, very funny.
when I can't put up a Facebook post of my
We got to rein
7-year-old
him in a little bit.
because it's too political. Yeah. Like
The
when the
7-year-old
7-year-old is too political, that's when you know.
I don't know if she's political. Now, listen, I want to get to our first guest. I can't wait. Are you
No.
ready?
I'm ready.
All right, because
I'm
we're
so
already
excited.
20 minutes in,
Yeah.
and we got a lot of show tonight.
We do.
So, listen, I want you to do me a favor. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're giving us some hearts,
Yeah.
right? Make sure you're telling friends about it.
Yep.
We need you to like the Facebook page. That's not hard to do.
No, that's not
Right? Like the Facebook page. And we need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We got a lot of big stuff coming. A big announcement coming later in this show.
Right.
Right? And so all of these things are important to us to keep us doing this stuff for free because while we're not getting money from you, we can eat the hearts.
Okay.
We can eat the likes. We can eat them. So listen, I'm going to bring the stage our first comic. Derek,
Super excited.
can I get a wipe just because we're supposed to have some protocol? And yeah, we got to. Okay, we're going to hand you. I'll do it right after I do the announcement. Thank you very much, Derek. There's our announcer, Derek, who clearly did not count on being on tape. Derek did not count. I got it, Carrie. You're going to Lysol the microphone. I've got that. I got the wipe. You can do that if you want. I don't care. You want to bring it to me? No. Okay, we'll break the fourth wall. So I asked a couple friends to come in and do the show because why should we be the only ones working for free? Let's make other people give their time away. Rob Shotwell's here helping us out. Todd and Mary are here. Okay. So our first guest for tonight has been a headline comic for a long, long time. And I believe, did you do the show on Showtime? You did. Women of a Certain Age was your most recent work. She has a video she produces every month called the Mommy Minute. And that, you put that up on your Facebook or your YouTube? Okay, you'll talk about that if you want at the end. And I've known her forever.
Yeah.
And it is amazing to me that both Tom and I are married to women that could have done better.
Yeah.
They could have done better. And Carrie Louise absolutely could have done better than my good friend Tom Cotter. But that doesn't matter. She is a headline comic tours all over the country. She's the author, writer, producer, and star of Mommy Minute. She's on Women of a Certain Age on Showtime. Please welcome our good friend Carrie Louise, everybody.
Woo!
Hello, thank you for having me. This is wonderful. This is my first time out. Thank you for, giving me a reason to put on a bra and go take a shower. I haven't in like 8 weeks. This is amazing. Thank you for that. And Vinny, very funny. Vinny and Vicky. Oh my God, Vinny, it's about time you brought Vicky into your show. I've been, the better half. Yes, because you know what I always say. I always say behind every funny man is an even funnier woman. And that's really funny because I married a stand-up comic. So who you'll see later on tonight. Were you sitting down? Oh, yeah, you were sitting down. There we go. Here we go. So, yeah. So, Vicky, so happy that you're here and part of the site, the better half. That's awesome. How are you guys doing during the quarantine? You learn a lot about yourself, right? Have you learned a lot about yourself during this quarantine? Like, I've learned that I don't need a whole lot of toilet paper to wipe myself. So, and I don't know why people are hoarding toilet paper. Why? Now, would you hoard toilet paper? If someone said you're going to have a quarantine, would you go run out? Is that the first thing you're going to buy? Toilet paper? No. First thing I'm going to buy is wine and alcohol. I can wipe myself with anything. Have you not gone camping? Have you wiped yourself with a leaf? Come on now, people. I mean, or a sock. You can wash that crap. Come on. Okay, literally. I just thought of that. So, yeah, you learn a lot. And there's pros and cons of the quarantine, though, because there are some good things. We discussed this, Vicky, that there are some good things. Like, what are the good things? The good things are your husband is at home a lot more to help out around the house. That's a good that. Yeah. But the bad thing is your husband is around a whole lot more to help out around the house. Yeah, so the good thing is I'm running a lot more in the park, but not to get my heart rate up, just to get away from people 6 feet away. So, yeah. The mask, the good thing with the mask is I don't eat a lot more. So, I don't eat a lot with the mask on, so less calories, that's good. But the bad news is last week I passed out on my own breath. So that was not a good thing. That's not good. No. All right. So good news. Oh, my kids, they can't wait to go back to school. They love school now. Yeah. They can't wait. They want to go back to school. They're in love with school. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is they can't because I've already expelled them from homeschooling. for talking back to the teacher, falling asleep in class. They had a fight in the hallway. And last week, they had a food fight in the kitchen. So, yeah, they're gone. It's hard to homeschool. I know Vinny's having a hard time with it.
Oh, yeah, you're jumping in, yeah.
Me too, because I'm dumb. You know me. I'm dumb. Like in school, I can't. Common Core, I mean, there's nothing common about that shit. Seriously. Can you swear? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can swear.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Yeah.
Whew, thank God. It's my only outlet. Been in my house with my kids. I can't swear. Now I can say, I'll say everything now. But no, homeschooling in grade school, you don't want me homeschooling my kids, because in grade school I was not good. They coded me in grade school. They said I had LD, ADD, ADHD, AA, AAA. I have the worst. I have them all. AAA is the worst. You got to pay for that one every year. I got all the letters. I have dyslexia too. Did you know that, Vinny, about me?
I did not.
I do a little. I mean, I don't have it all the time. just when I read. I swear to dog, I have it. Dog. You do too, for not getting
I
that joke.
definitely do.
So I hope Vicky's doing the homeschooling.
She's doing all the school.
Well, Vinny tried to jump in with the math, and he doesn't understand the new math.
Right, the new Common Core math.
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
just
that,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
It doesn't.
There was a problem the other day that my 7-year-old was doing, and she said, "Dad, can you help me?" And I'm looking at it, I'm going, "This doesn't make any sense." And then my college student said, "Dad, this makes total sense." And then my 7-year-old said, "Dad, stop, you're messing me up." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm out."
Numbers mess me up.
Oh,
numbers.
it's crazy.
Not all numbers. I like 11. That's my favorite number.
Why 11?
Because I'm dyslexic. See, it does. Because I'm dyslexic. My mom has it. Doesn't really affect our relationship. I wanted to ask her to go out to lunch on 57th Street, but I really meant to say 75th Street, and she switched it in her mind, and we met there, and no one knew. So
That's great.
See how I don't do math well either, because numbers. Like my grandmother, she was choking in my kitchen. I kept on dialing 119. I'm gonna miss her. Gonna miss Nana. Well, there's an adult test that you can take for dyslexia. I wanted to take this because there's levels. And back when we were in school, they didn't code us. They didn't really tell us exactly. They didn't help it. Or they'll say, she's aggressive and she's different. She's creative. It's terrible. They didn't really help you. So now I want to know, like, the levels. So there's a test. I looked it up online. There's a adult test. It's a lot of money. It's $295. And I'm figuring, do I really need to know? I made it so far. I'm fine, right? Do I need to know, or do I need a designer bag? These are choices. So I figured, I should take it. So I wrote him a check for $529. Turns out I have it really bad. I don't even have to take the test, which is good because I'm nervous about tests. I get anxious about tests. I like the oral tests. Those are good. I got an A in that. Thank you. The oral test got a laugh. Yay. But no, I'm fine. Like, I'm street smart. I'm not book smart. Like, I'm going to be on the street and I'm going to be fine. No one's going to come up to me and rob me or anything. But if I was on the street and someone came up and said, "Read this," it'd be like I'm getting robbed. I'd like, take everything. I'm not reading it. Yeah, I was in the lowest reading group when I was little. I knew I was in the lowest reading group. The teacher tried to be creative, his name in the groups as animals, so we wouldn't know we were in the lowest. But I knew, because the teacher's like, get your folders. We're going in the corner and we're reading. She named the reading groups as animals. So, we didn't know we were in the lowest. But I knew, because she's like, the giraffes go in that corner and read. And the tigers go in that corner and read. And the slugs. That's you, Carrie. Go back to first grade. So, yeah, it's very difficult for me. And then I miss a lot of things. What do you miss most, Vicky, about being quarantined? What's the first thing when you're ready to go out? What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Yeah, definitely money. But I would also say that I just literally want to sit among people.
But people, right?
Yeah, just sit among people, like at a restaurant, anything.
But don't you miss shopping?
Oh, I do.
miss TJ
Yeah.
Maxx. I miss my TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I need my TJ Maxx. I love To me, finding a bargain is like having an orgasm, right? It's like, that's half price. That is, it's like having an orgasm. Well, not really. If you think about it, I couldn't fake a bargain, so it's not really quite like that. But you know what else I'm gonna do? Go get my nails done. I miss my nails. Yeah. Oh my God, I had long nails. Long. I'm talking long. I look like Freddy Krueger with tits. That's how long they were, and I loved my nails. I was always like in a better mood. I'm like, hey, you talking to me? I loved I don't have them. I couldn't, when I had my nails, I couldn't do anything anyway. I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't put on a zipper. I couldn't button. I made my phone call. I couldn't type. I paid $90 to be handicapped. The parking was nice. I miss, my husband's a stand-up, and I can't, and we're usually working on the road, so we've been in the house together for the longest time. Together, like we actually still Zoom each other, because that's what we're used to doing. Like, I'll be on the bedroom, he's going to be in the basement, and we'll still Zoom each other, just to be, that's how we're keeping our marriage to survive. Like, I can survive the disease. I can survive Corona. I don't know if I can survive my marriage in this lockdown. The lawyers are going to make a lot of money. I didn't think about this, Vinny. My husband and I, both comics, we're both out of work. I didn't think this through. I should have married a lawyer. Because they're going to get paid a lot of money with all these freaking divorces when this is all over. I didn't think it through. Who knew? Who knew Corona? Volunteer. So donate. Is there a donate button?
No, we don't have a
donate button. To me?
Yeah,
no.
sorry. But definitely, if you want to donate
Can you invent
money,
a donate button, for God's sakes?
We don't have a donate button.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Vicky gives everything away.
I
if
know.
you come to our house tomorrow and you need a couch, go ahead, take the couch.
Yeah, one thing that I disagree, I usually agree. Whenever we're out together, me, you, and Tom, and Vicky, I'm always agreeing with Vicky when you go in your rants. I'm always agreeing with Vicky. Yeah. But there's one thing about this show being free. No, I don't think so. We need, next week, can we get a donate button?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, being at home with my husband is what I'm saying. I love him. I think every woman imitates their husband in the same exact way, right? We all have that same husband voice. It's this. So my husband comes home and he's like, I don't know what. This is what he said. That's how you sound. I don't know. You're really cute when you're a boyfriend. That boy band. I know you're not husbands. I can totally tell because you're so cute. In fact, you guys, when they were walking in here for the show, they had their bandanas on and the cowboy hats and they're walking around like this. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to rob us. I thought for sure you were coming to rob. And they're like, no, they're the band. I'm like, hey, come on in. You guys looked like hooligans. You really did. But when you get married, you're going to look like this. And you're going to have buck teeth. And you're going to talk like that. You're going to, I don't know. And you're not going to know anything. I don't know. They don't know. My husband doesn't know anything. Oh, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell. Where's the battery draw? The battery draw. It says batteries right on. It's been there for 5 years. I didn't know that. For 5 years in my house saying it says batteries right on it. How can my husband go to the dollar store and spend $150? How does that happen? Do you know what that means for me? That means I have to find a place for 150 shitty items. Yeah, for him to ask me where the heck they are a week later. What'd you do with the stuff from the dollar store? I put it right here with my keys and my sandwich. Last week, what'd you do with it? I bought batteries. I was going to put them away. No, he wasn't. He doesn't put anything away. He doesn't put anything away. And when I put it away and he can't find it, he gets mad at me. I'm sure this happens in your house. He gets mad at me. And then he's like, what'd you do with it? He gets mad at me. And then he starts calling me Patty Put Away. What'd you do with it, Patty? Hey, Patty Put Away. Put away, Patty. Patty Put Away. Put away, Patty. Patty, 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 Patty. Hey, Patty! My name's Carrie, by the way. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you for making me feel essential.
Carrie.
For 5 minutes. Thank you.
Put your hands together for Carrie Louise. Come on. I just put on my good cologne. So that was great. I can tell you, Carrie, it's weird, right? Working to no audience. It's weird. Yeah. But I don't find it weird because I'm deaf. So I never hear the audience anyway. So for me, I'm like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me at all. Yeah. So we got a lot of dogs, right? And Vicky, I want to tell you, I didn't plan on doing this. And Joe, I want you to get ready. Yeah. I want you to get ready, Joe, because I need to hear more music in just a second. But I do want to tell one very fast a little bit. Vicky and I have now 5 dogs.
5 dogs. Yeah.
5 dogs, which the 5th one, as you know, if you've been watching the show, we got that show during quarantine. We drove out to Pennsylvania, out to Amish country.
Yes.
Where there is no COVID.
No.
No COVID in Amish country. And they left the dog in a field, and I walked up with a bag of money, and it was like a drug deal. Anyway, it was crazy. And we have 5 dogs. We have 50 chickens. Yep. Right? 4 goats.
4 goats, 2 ducks, a snake, a horse.
3 cats, a snake, a horse.
3 cats.
Right.
Yeah.
And no income. That's the part.
Yeah, that's
and it made me think of this story today. So I was doing a show in Chicago, And, no, I was in L.A. I was in L.A. doing a show, and we had my mother's little 47-year-old Shih Tzu, right? How old was that dog?
I don't know. Summer was really old. I don't know.
It was old, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right? It was 15-year-old Shih Tzu, which, if you're not paying attention, that's 4 years out of warranty on a Shih Tzu, okay? That is almost just a dead dog anyway. And it's Saturday night, and Vicky calls me now. She goes, now it was my mother's dog. My mother had passed away. Vicky took the dog, and Vicky gets unbelievably attached to that Shih Tzu. And Vicky calls me up. She goes, oh, terrible. I had to bring this Shih Tzu to the vet. And I'm like, you spent vet money on a 15-year-old Shih Tzu? What is wrong with you? No, I brought him to the vet, and the vet did a CAT scan. And I'm like, holy shit, I'll be poor forever. Why would you do a CAT scan on a 15-year-old Shih Tzu? And then what she said to me, she goes, don't worry. The dog is resting comfortably in the animal hospital. You can't make this up. I got her, it was a female. I got her a private cage. I'm like, oh, holy shit. They saw this woman coming. They invented it. There's no such thing. They're all private cages. And then she said this to me. The dog's resting comfortably. It's on a morphine drip. I swear to God in my life. I'm like, of course the dog's comfortable. It's seeing colors for the first time in its life. And
we were waiting for the neurologist to come in.
That's the next thing. I go, well, what's the plan? She goes, well, they're bringing a neurologist in on Monday. I'm like, you have a dog neurologist coming in? Are you out of your goddamn mind? And she's like, oh, I love that dog. I'm like, Vicky, that dog has a week left, okay? And she goes, no, we're gonna have the neurologist check the dog out. I'm like, see if they can check you out while they're at it because you're fucking crazy. We got more music. Please welcome our friend Joe Kuna. Everyone, I got him here. Joe Kuna and Alex Moravicek.
Yeah.
Hit it, boys.
All right. This is an original tune we got here. It's called "Don't Look Down." Work all night and I sleep all day. Keep on grooving on the soul train. Yeah. Feel alright and I feel okay. Keep on grooving on the soul train, yeah. I keep my head on the ground, keep my feet on the ground. When you shoot for the stars, baby, don't look down. Don't get carried away, somewhere lost in space. Baby, don't look down. Don't look down, yeah. Don't look down, yeah. Don't look down. Baby, don't look down, yeah. Don't look down. Don't look down, yeah. I can't feel my fate. I want too many tracks. Fish filled up with it's damn hard to replay. Hey, you there, looking good. Something there is going down. I keep my head in the clouds, keep my feet on the ground. When you shoot
Oh my God, come on, put their hands together. Unbelievable. Am I right about that? Like you're watching now two guys that are going to be big stars, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right?
I
And
think
you know
so.
how you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mark, you have a mobile camera ready? Derek, you have a mobile camera? Here's how you know they're going to be big stars. So I talked to Joe today, and Joe's like, I'm there. All right. And then he probably didn't even try to look that cool. And then he comes in, and he sets up, and he plays a song, and right away, two groupies pop in.
Already, yep. Two groupies.
Two groupies
Yeah.
they just pop in. They're like, I know there's some cool. Tom, have you ever had a groupie? Never. Comedian. Well, Todd's my groupie.
Yeah. Todd.
Todd's my groupie.
Todd and Mary.
Hey, get a shot of their groupie and then my groupie, and then you kids at home make sure you're playing guitar because you get better groupies.
Smile,
All right.
girl.
Yeah. Wow is right,
now,
Todd.
Mary, you're fine, 100%. But Todd is really my groupie, right? There's my groupie right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's
Todd
no
and Mary.
career in comedy. No career in comedy. So so we keep making the show bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I want you to do is make sure you're visiting our friend McClune.
That's right.
And I want to be clear, we've not been paid.
No
right?
money.
But let's also be clear that if Tim sees this, the next time we go in, we're probably looking for a free appetizer.
Yeah, or salmon or something. Yeah.
We're probably looking for some free.
Yeah.
I want something.
A little something.
Tim,
something.
if you get to watch this, Tim, know that I think your restaurants are amazing. And Joe and Alex, when you guys become big stars, I'll get to be backstage, right?
I got you, brother.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I want you to play my house. We're only allowed to have 25 people.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know.
All based on science, by the way. All based on science. Now, it was 10, but we make our changes based only on science.
Mm-hmm.
And last Thursday, it was 10. And then suddenly Friday, it was 25.
That's right.
So I'm assuming that sometime late Thursday night, the scientists called up the governor and said, it's 25. I've done the math.
Mm-hmm.
26, you're all dead immediately. But 25 is the new math. Are you guys ready for more show? Let me hear you loud.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Joe, get some more music ready because after Tom, we're going back to you.
All
Then we
right.
do a little bit more. And that'll be our show for tonight. I hope you people at home are having fun. And I want you to know something. On Wednesday, this Wednesday, at what time, Mark? Is it 10 a.m. or 11? Get here at 9:30 if you can. 9:30, 10. Huh? We'll put a little email out. We'll make sure we get it out. I think it's at 11 o'clock. Could you do me a favor and find out from Huey what time it is? Because Huey will tell us. We have a press conference here Wednesday with the New Jersey Restaurant Association
Yep.
and the New Jersey Bar and Tavern Association. We are going to have a press conference live here in our courtyard.
That's right.
I would love some Stress Factory fans to please be here because we want some support about getting this state back up and running in a responsible, meaningful way. So,
Yeah.
and I kid a lot, but I do understand how difficult it is to be a leader right now. But now we need to let some businesses help figure us out. So Wednesday, be here live. It's going to be a great day. Now I'm going to bring to stage our headliner for tonight.
Yeah.
And I have been a fan of Tom's for a long time.
Yeah.
And as a comic, you watch other guys and you say all the time in your head, I'm better than that guy, I'm better than that guy. And sometimes you watch a guy and go, I can't do what he's doing because he's got a different thing going down, right? And Tom is one of those guys I watch and I go, I want to be that smooth. We did a show with him.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to bring that up. Tom is probably the only person that I know that at Christmas time, when you guys were doing that show down in AC, wore that full Christmas suit.
Yeah.
And was smooth as hell, like pulling it off. Like, looked great. And I kept thinking to myself, could Vinny pull off a Christmas suit? I don't think he could.
You know, he bought us dinner that night.
That's right.
He bought us dinner.
That's right.
He didn't want to. I don't know if you saw his hand shaking when he took his credit card
get out of town.
His hand was shaking. He's like, I'll pay. And he had the hand going, and I'm like, screw it, let him pay. And he's a very generous guy. I'm going to tell a quick story before I bring you on. So 100 years ago, Tom and I had dinner with about 10 other comics across the street from the comic strip in New York City. There were about 12 of us there. The bill was $200. Tom and I each put up $40, $80 on a $200 bill. And the guy collecting the money went around the table. He got money for everybody. I could say who, right? No, right? We both know who it was, though. Yes, we do. And so he collects all the money. He got 80 from Tom and I, and he's getting money for everybody. And then he goes, we're still short $50. And Tom and I look at each other like, that's mathematically impossible. And no one moves. Everyone's got very short arms. And Tom and I yanked out another $25 each, and that was the last time we had dinner with that crew. Yeah, because we had 2 wontons and an egg noodle. It cost us $100 each. Awful. So anyway, Tom was a finalist on America's Got Talent. He's one of the best comics working in the country.
Definitely.
Headlines, clubs, colleges. Did a show for us in Atlantic City this year,
Yeah.
and he killed it.
It was amazing.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Him and Ted Alexander did the show. I was in awe of these two guys. And I called him a couple weeks ago and said, Tom, we're doing this. Will you come down? And he immediately said yes. And I am so thrilled to bring him to stage. You know him from America's Got Talent. You know him from Comedy Central. Please welcome our good friend, Tom Cotter. Woo!
Vinny Brand, there he goes right there. And he doesn't have a Christmas suit, but he has a mistletoe buckle for his belt. And thank you, 5 people who got that. So, which is half this crowd. I love Vinny and Vicky. They were going to name the show after their belly buttons, Innie and Icky. But I'm not saying who's. They also have some videos that help out teenagers online. Vinny and Vicky Talk VD. And those went viral, oddly enough. So these will be time-release jokes, everybody. It may not be funny now, but later on you will shit your pants. Okay, good. So I'm freaked out like everyone is about COVID. It's wonderful to be on a stage. I haven't been on a stage in forever, so it's great to be on a stage once again. It's been horrible, though, being stuck at home. I've been home. This is the longest I've ever been at home without an ankle monitoring device. So not only do I feel like I'm in prison at home, I feel like I'm in prison without conjugal visits, which makes it even worse. My wife, who was up here earlier, and I have we've tested our marriage because I'm usually on the road. She's a comic. She's on the road. And now we're together all the time, everybody. There's no escape, and it's very tough. Tough on the kids, too. The kids are having a tough time. So last week I made them read The Diary of Anne Frank, and they stopped bitching immediately. Thank you. Again, these are a slow burn, everybody. I don't like the COVID thing. I have to wear a mask everywhere all the time. I'm wearing one now, but I wear mine as a thong. And I'll tell you, I feel pretty safe. Not so safe, but I feel pretty. I feel very pretty in a feminine kind of way. It is bunching right now on my left nut. But I've always worn masks, though. I used to wear masks all the time whenever I did my banking just because I love the reaction. So you wear a mask, you got to wear a mask. And when I wear a mask when I go into stores. I don't like the social distancing, though, because people get within that 6-foot range. Some people get right in your business, and I can't stand it. So I went to the grocery store yesterday wearing a mask and only a mask. And I'll tell you something. I had the whole store to myself. I really did. It was liberating. It was a little embarrassing when I got to the frozen food section, but it was great. What else about masks? I don't know. It's confusing. It's a confusing virus and confusing lockdown because I'm not allowed to touch my own face, but my dog can lick his ass. How is that possible? That's not fair. That's bullshit. And first, Dr. Fauci said we had to wear masks only sometimes. First, he said not at all. And then he said sometimes. Then he said masks all the time and gloves. And pretty soon, we're going to go outside looking like Muslim women in burqas, you know? We're going to be transitioning into Al-Qaeda. I don't know. I don't like the whole lockdown thing. It's unbelievable. And they say it's a Chinese virus. They're blaming the Chinese. And let me just say, as a Chinese American, Tsing Tao, Ting Kong Tong, Ping Ka, Ting To, which loosely translates to bats are surprisingly delicious and full of vitamin C. People don't know that. Antioxidants. I wouldn't eat a bat. They say you are what you eat. I don't remember eating a douchebag. But ooh, we get a little water through the nose. I like that. Good. That's a victory for the comedian. So, and the McClune, is that the guy's name? McClune, the restaurateur. He's going to be back in business soon, I hope. I mean, I miss restaurants. I don't eat out a lot because my wife says it tickles, but we dine out a lot. We go to a lot of restaurants. I recently went to a German Chinese restaurant. I had the sweet and sauerkraut, very good. And then I ate, right before the quarantine, I ate at a Japanese Jewish restaurant called Sosumi. Very good. I recommend that. Half hour after you eat, you want to press charges. But it's weird. There's Fauci. I've been listening to Fauci a lot. We're all listening to He's like this wise old man. He reminds me of Yoda a little bit, right? Doesn't he? Wash your hands, you must. 6 feet apart, you must be. I hope we get out of this eventually, though. I can't stand being at home. I used to think teachers were overpaid. I think we should pay them like hedge fund managers now. Seriously. I am done with homeschooling. It's unbelievable. I have to get online and teach my children how to cheat. That's how I got through college. College, by the way, best 28 semesters of my entire life. I was a political science major. I had a minor. Her name was Debbie, and I got in some trouble for that. But I had a 3.0. That was my blood alcohol level. And junior year, I studied abroad. Her name was Lucy, big tits. And I used to fall asleep in class, and my professors hated that because I sleep naked. But I loved college. I feel bad for college kids now. I really do. I feel bad for any young people. They canceled the prom this year. Kids had to go without prom. Prom is such a monumental experience for a teenage kid. My prom night, I'll never forget it. I was hammered. My prom, my date would not drink. She wouldn't have any alcohol because she said it might hurt the fetus. Whatever. But we had a very nice time. Sports, I miss sports because of this godforsaken virus. I miss baseball. It's baseball season. I played minor league baseball, very minor, little league is what it was called. And my mom was the coach, and she traded me. I'll never get over that. But I do love sports. I played football in high school. It was fantasy football, but I was very good. And I did some wrestling in college. I didn't want to, but my roommate was a 300-pound gay man, and he found me attractive when he drank. And he was an alcoholic, and he won every match. I don't want to talk about it. But I miss sports. I play tennis on grass because I hit the ball better when I'm high. And I get my weed from the band. It's good stuff. So they had the good weed, young people. So I also miss professional wrestling, and people poo-poo professional wrestling. They say it's fake. Well, so are porn stars' titties, and I love those too. So I do miss sports. They canceled the Olympics. Well, they postponed the Olympics, I suppose. And nobody really gives a shit. Have you heard no one's bitching about that? Because the Olympics are boring now. It's boring. You got to come up with new events. I want to see dwarf basketball. That's what I want to see, right? Anorexic powerlifting. Wouldn't that be fun? I want to see a triathlon for chronic smokers or chess for cocaine addicts. That would be fun. Large-breasted woman's hurdles. That's a pay-per-view right there. And fencing for hemophiliacs. Am I the only one? I guess so. Now, that table likes the sick stuff. I like that. Now, I love that Vicky got to keep the shirt from when she was incarcerated in the women's prison. That's nice. It's like colorblind Where's Waldo. Now, Carrie is my wife, the young lady who was up here before, and she made fun of me, and this is my rebuttal. She was up here for a while. By the way, I've been up here for 10 minutes. At any point, have you heard me go, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know? No, because I don't. It's bullshit. Anyway, and I love my wife. We've been married for 5 wonderful years, 17 total. And I know some stuff about marriage. I got married because I was sick and tired of living without decorative pillows. So that's working out pretty well, because there's nothing I enjoy more than removing 15 pillows from my bed before I can get into the bed. Pillows that, by the way, I'm not allowed to touch otherwise. Those goddamn pillows. Now, I got married. You get to a certain point in your life and you want to be married. And I've learned that marriage is about commitment, because at least once a month I want to commit suicide. But every other day, it's homicide. It is. It's challenging. And things change. People think, oh, it won't change me. Yes, it will. Things change, and they change dramatically. When we were dating, Carrie and I would open the car door for her, which I still do now, but now we're doing 70, and I'm pushing. A little different. And snoring has become an issue in our relationship. I snored. I snored the day we met. It never bothered Vicky, but I snored. And my snoring has never changed. Her reaction has changed dramatically over the years. Because when we were dating, she said my snoring was cute. But that's when we were dating, and she was trying to lure me in, right? When she was a penis flytrap. But then, once we got married, it wasn't cute anymore. On the honeymoon, she started with a nudge when I would snore. And over time, the nudge begat a shove. And now she throws an elbow that would get her thrown out of a hockey game. Seriously. 2 weeks ago, I'm sound asleep snoring. She pinched my nostrils together, which is attempted murder, and it's bullshit. And sex. People think, oh, I'm getting married. I'll have more sex. I'll have sex whenever I want it. That is rich. I will tell you that once they say I do, they don't. And you know you haven't made love in way too long when little things start to arouse you, like sticking your key in the ignition. That shouldn't get you going, right? The other day I was sharpening a pencil, and I swear to God I said, take it all, you whore. That's not right. That's wrong. I know it. I'm working on it. Don't judge me. I love my wife. These are jokes, by the way. I prefer monogamy because I'm not good with names, so it's perfect for me. And to her credit, she got me to quit smoking because I only smoke after sex, so I haven't had a cigarette in 11 goddamn years. So that's pretty good. And she took my name in marriage, so everyone calls her Needle Dick. It's hysterical. Now, COVID, though, is a scary thing for us in our relationship, because I heard early on one of the symptoms is difficulty swallowing. So I'm afraid my wife's had COVID for 10 years. And that's tragic. Too soon? Okay. It's also one of the some symptoms is difficulty hearing. So I don't know. I'm worried about it. My wife and I have been social distancing for 10 years now. It's not a big deal. But, you know, your health is everything. I'm worried about my health. I just turned 40 in 2005, and my body is not cooperating with middle age. So I don't need this now, because every year you're older, you're more at risk of getting COVID. So I'm really nervous. Because I go to bed fine, I wake up injured. How does that happen? It's unbelievable. Everything hurts on me. My wrist is killing me right now. And you're wondering, is that one of those body aches? They talk about carpal tunnel syndrome, but it's not. It's porn paw. I know what it is. And because I'm a chain stroker, I have a lot of issues. I really do. I have to take pills every day now already. I have to take pills. I take not just a multivite. I take allergy medicine because I've developed allergies now later in life. And so I have to take this allergy medicine every day called Ritalin because I'm allergic to reality. I am a mess. The other night, had to take an overnight laxative. First time in my life, took an overnight laxative. Unbelievable product. Took it at midnight, 7 a.m., had the most incredible movement. The tragedy is I didn't wake up till 8 a.m., and I am no longer welcome in that hotel. I'll tell you that right now. I took this morning, I was supposed to take a green pill, but I couldn't find one, so I took a blue and a yellow. And so far, so good. Not that blue pill, though. Let's be clear about that. I don't need that one yet, knock on hard wood. I am nervous about Viagra. My uncle died of a Viagra overdose, and my aunt took it really hard. It was sad. They couldn't close the casket. Very sad. So they buried him upside down, and they struck oil. Happy ending. So some of you are right there with me, and some of you, not so much. And really, there's only 6 of you. So get your shit together, people. Let's go. Let's all climb on the chuckle train together. Now. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's the mace. I mace people. I like to mace them before a show. Pepper spray. He's so damn funny. That's my mom. Tell her I need to breastfeed. So my mom, that was another thing, Mother's Day. We had Mother's Day in the middle of Corona, which is, what are you going to do? You can't really celebrate Mother's Day. My mother was a workaholic, if you substitute the word work with elk, and she It's so special. My whole family is screwed up. My father's name is Mitchell, so my brothers and I are all sons of Mitches, and we were bad kids growing up. My sister is a stamp collector, food stamps. We love her, and tramp stamps. But she has 2 little ones, but she's getting breast implants. I have a brother named Seamus. His name's John, but we call him Seamus because that's what he does. And he lives in a gated community. That's what we call it. Everybody else calls it prison, whatever. But prison has changed my brother. He's learned to love Jesus, but I guess the guy pronounces it Jesus. Whatever, it's none of my business. We're not a religious family. My dad was Catholic. My mom was Rastafarian, and that was weird growing up because Dad would bring home the Christmas tree and Mom would smoke it. So it was weird growing up as a Christafarian. But my brother just converted. He's a Crystal Methodist. I'm a lot of people have found religion because of they're freaked out about COVID and this plague. So and I'm a little sensitive about people who are really religious. I'm suspicious of them. I have a cousin who's a huge born again Christian. He's 400 pounds, and I saw him recently at a family function wearing the biggest T-shirt I've ever seen in my life. Might have been his barbecue grill cover. I don't know what it was, but it was huge. 4 letters on the chest, WWJD, and I'm looking at him going, which way to the jelly donuts? What is that? I don't know what that is. And he explained to me that it stands for what would Jesus do? And I'm looking at my cousin going, Jesus might push back away from the table, Tubby. That's what Jesus might do. Jesus shared food with people, from what I understand. He turned water into wine. You're turning Pepsi into diabetes. And I said that because he can't catch me. He's 400 fucking pounds. So I'm getting fat too. I am. I can't tuck my shirts in now because that's what the COVID does. It makes you stay home. All the gyms are closed. And everybody stays home and eats. I'm afraid we can finally open the doors and go outside. We won't fit through the goddamn doors. Yeah, I got to flatten curves like my ass and my belly right now. Here we go. There it is. There it is. That's for the home people to see. That's it. The women right now are wringing out their panties. So and it's for the band, not me. Now, the band is great, by the way. I have no musical talent. I sang in church once, and people converted to Islam. That's not good. I like to sing in the car, which is why Uber drivers hate me. So, what else can I tell you people about? Fauci also said, stay at home. If you stay at home, you save lives. If you go out and you don't stay at home, you actually can cause people to get sick and perhaps die. So I think what he was saying there is homeless people are dicks. They really are. And I kid the homeless people because they don't have Wi-Fi. They'll never know. So I go to Vegas a lot. What? No, yeah, my wife said don't do the homeless joke, but I'm already in it, so we're going to keep going. My last gig before we had the lockdown, I was in Vegas. And whenever I go to Las Vegas, I give a lot of money to the homeless. The topless. Give a lot of money to the topless because I support the arts. And they don't have a homeless epidemic in Las Vegas. And I'll tell you why, because during the summer months, those people just burst into flames. So insensitive? Yeah, but kind of funny. I go to Vegas a lot. Whenever I go to Vegas, I work at this one casino that's politically correct. You know, they changed all the names of the games because they didn't want to offend anybody. So no longer is it Blackjack. Now it's African American Jack. And no longer is it One-Eyed Jack. Now he's visually impaired Jack. And no longer is it poker. Now it's take her out to dinner and a movie. And we can't do that. You can't go out to dinner and a movie. We're in lockdown. So anyway, we're all freaked out. I'm more worried about my own personal economy. We've been out of work for 2.5 months, Carrie and I, and comedy already is a dream job if you dream of poverty and rejection. So we're fucked is what I'm saying. And if this doesn't go well, if we don't get to go back to work, I'm going to open a wet market. I really am. I'll sell bat burgers and bat kebabs. I don't give a shit. I've already started building an ark. I'm really worried about our future. Because my finances are already a train wreck. My bank spends 55 cents every month on a stamp to tell me I have less than that in my account, which I think is hostile. Visa and MasterCard call me every week and compliment me. They tell me my balance is outstanding, which is good to hear. I'm actually coming into some money soon because I have a loose tooth. And I don't know what I'm going to do with all that. My problem is I give a certain percentage of my income to the Lord. Javier, he's a Mexican drug lord. And that is not deductible. I don't know if you're aware of that. Taxes. We just had taxes in the middle of this stupid epidemic. tax day. They pushed it off, thank God. I hate tax. Every year I give an accountant an absurd amount of money to tell me I owe the government an absurd amount of money. So this year I got rid of the accountant, did my own taxes, and a little good news, everybody, $6 trillion refund coming my way this year. Oh, yeah. And apparently they're afraid to send that much money through the mail because they've invited me in to discuss it. I hate taxes. I have 2 dependents, alcohol and nicotine. But I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the economy. I'm worried about my kids. My kids, you know, Carrie, I don't know if she talked about her kids, but we have kids that are in the midst of this. And right now they're healthy, but who knows, you know. They're good kids. We have twins, and people ask if we use fertility drugs to have twins, and not unless you count Prozac and tequila as fertility drugs. But we like to say we were blessed with twins because we got the child that we always wanted and one for parts. And I had always dreamed of having twins, but in my my dreams, they were the Olsen twins in a hot tub. It was different, but this is special. It really is. I'm Irish. My wife is Lebanese, and so we didn't know if the boys would be boys or girls or what they would be because I'm Irish, so there's no way a penis was going to show up on an ultrasound, so that was kind of scary. But they're really cute. Love them to death. I went to every doctor's appointment with my wife when she was pregnant because I only work an hour a night, so I couldn't get out of it. And it is humiliating. You walk into the doctor's office, and within 5 minutes, your wife is naked with her feet up in the stirrups, and I can't even get her to wear a cowboy hat to bed. So that was annoying. And then the doctor comes in to the room, and first thing he does is he conducts what he calls a breast examination. That's what he calls it. I call it going to second base on my wife in front of me, because that's not necessary. There's no medical need for that. And then he says, I'm just looking for lumps. And I'm like, you're going to find one, fuckface. Keep it up. It's a scam is what I'm telling you, people. Our final visit to his office, I gave him a urine sample all over his desk. I didn't like him. And now he knows. I got to be in the delivery room when the kids were born. First, they want to make sure you're not going to pass out. So the doctor said, have you ever witnessed childbirth before? And I said, yes, but it was a long time ago, and it was from the inside. But I think I can handle it. And I did. I actually filmed the delivery. I call it the sequel because I also filmed the conception. And that is available on YouTube. Anyway, you'll learn a lot when you become a dad. I learned that Playtex has a synthetic nipple for the top of their baby bottles that is so unbelievably lifelike. And you have not lived until you had a gin and tonic through one of these things. Honest to God. We're childproofing our home, but they keep getting in. Very frustrating. They're really cute, though. 2 boys. We had 2 boys, and my wife wanted to name one of them after her grandfather, but I thought Grandpa was a stupid name for a kid, so I said no. And then she suggested Simon, and I said no, because I'm going to have to do whatever he says, and I'm not doing that. They're a lot of fun, though. Not the sharpest tools in the shed. Everyone seems to know that. The town put a sign right outside her house that says slow children. It's humiliating. But we think they're dyslexic. We hope they're dyslexic because every Christmas they write letters to Satan. And that's awkward. It really is. Satan worshipers. Anyway, I love my boys. We play hide and seek all the time, and they can never find me because you got to be 21 to get into a titty bar. But they try so hard. It's a lot of fun. I love them to death. I think most twins either love each other or hate each other, and our twins are the latter. They really don't get along. Their nicknames are Palestine and Israel. And they fight a lot. We don't hit our kids. We would never hit our kids, but we do choke them out, and they always tap. They're pussies. But we tease them a lot. We tase them a lot because, again, not hitting. And we never yell at our children. We prefer more of a creepy whisper under their bed, middle of the night. It's very effective, sometimes from in their closet. But we mess with them a little bit. My dad screwed me up. I'm going to screw them up. That's the way it goes. My dad was a foster parent. That's what he drank, Fosters. And he would come home liquored up when I was a little boy, and he would put me up on his shoulders, and then he would jump up and down underneath the ceiling fan. I hated that. I'll never forget that Halloween when he dressed me up like a dog and left me outside of that Korean restaurant. What a kidder Dad was. What a dick. My father and I have been butting heads since I was in the womb. Anyway, we're not a normal family. Anyway, I got to wrap this up soon because I got nowhere else to go. So I love when I tell my punchline and then Vicky repeats them for Vinny. I love that. That's the best. I get to hear it twice. It's a lot of fun that way. Anyway, It's funny. They have 5 dogs, and he brought that up right before I got it because I lost to a dog act on national television on a show. I came in second on America's Got Talent. That was my 3rd reality show on NBC. I was also on Last Comic Standing, and I had a very small part on Dateline to Catch a Predator, but I don't want to talk about that. And love how he brought the dog thing up right before he brought me up on stage. A little passive-aggressive, but I'll get over it. So, and I don't hate dogs. We love dogs. We have a lab. It's a meth lab, but we guard it with pit bulls, and they're adorable. We also have a Dalmatian. We named him G-Spot because we can never find him. But he's really cute. And, now we're all going to get on the same page with the laughs? I'm done. We have a 3rd son, too. And we got our 3rd son the way they got their 5th dog. Amish guy, bag of money, middle of a field. It was weird. But anyway, we love our pets. We have cats. So we have a Siamese cat. And I'm not fond of cats, I'll be honest with you. We spent $400 on this cat. Told it was a purebred Siamese cat. And we got ripped off because he only has 1 head. But he's really cute. I got to go soon because I have a full bladder. But this has been fun. It really has. And I want to thank everybody who keeps supporting the Vinny and Vicky show. You got to keep doing that, everybody. It's a dynamite show, and it's only going to get better, honest to God, because from here, where can it go? Ups. So it's going to be great. And I want to leave you with this, a little fun fact about me. I hang the ISIS flag in front of my house, everybody. And I don't want you to judge me on this, and I'll tell you why I do that. Because I cannot afford a home security system. So my house is under 24-hour surveillance by the FBI, the CIA, and the NSA for free. You're welcome, everybody. I'm Tom Cotter. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much.
Tom Cotter, everybody. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now, I got to tell you something. It is so hard to wrap these shows up because we get into it and we feel like we're alive again, even though I got to wipe down Tom's covered mic. So a couple things I want you to do for me, and they're important. Number one, I want you to share the video. That's important for us. Share the video. Last week we had 10,000. Is that right?
I don't know what the numbers were last week.
What was the mark last? 10,000 last week? Well, it was Rob. You know, it was up there, right? Yeah. And we want to get to 20,000, and we can't do that without you sharing the video. Now, a couple things. We're all home.
Yeah.
I'm going to plug an Instagram account.
Yes.
I'm going to plug an Instagram account, and you got to go to it. It's called Good Food and Such.
Yeah, Good Food and Such.
Good Food and Such. Go follow this Instagram account because you're home, you're eating terribly. This is unbelievable, right?
It's all healthy food.
All healthy food, but not just healthy, delicious.
Oh, delicious healthy food.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I tripped across the account.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. Go follow Good Food and Such. It's on Instagram. All right, now, we're going to go to the band in a second. All right, that's number one. We want to make sure we did that. Let's make sure we're taking care of our friend Tim McClune one more time, right?
Yep.
Got to
Mr.
go.
McClune.
You get a chance. You're going to order food. You're going to bring it home. Go to our friend Tim McClune, any one of his unbelievable establishments.
Oh, definitely.
Joe, I want to know if when you intro this song, before you do it, what I'd like you to do is tell people where to follow you, because I'll tell you something. I'm coming to see you as soon as I can. You and Alex, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and you people at home, okay? Thank you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed our show. Vicky, I love working with you. And all those nights that I worked by myself here at night, now having you here, it's incredible.
It's a good time.
And the last thing we'll say is our film crew.
Oh, amazing.
We have to talk about Rob Shotwell for a minute.
Yeah.
Because Rob Shotwell runs his own company.
Yes.
Came here to help us set it up. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He did our first couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's unbelievable. If you need video work, contact Rob Shotwell. Our friend Crystal Cowling, who came in here.
Who's donating her time.
Our good friend Mark McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark McCoy, who works with us for how many years? 17 years. Derek Stevens, who we've known forever.
Yeah, ever and ever.
Working hard.
Yeah.
Carrie Louise, everybody.
Yeah,
Clap for
Carrie.
Carrie Louise. Tom Cotter, everybody. And last but not least, New Jersey native, singer, songwriter, multi-instrument impresario. Is that what you call him? I don't know what you call him. But boy, oh boy, you are going to hear a lot from this guy. This guy's going to be a superstar, and I'll be backstage with Vicky. She'll be my groupie. He'll have his two groupies here. Please welcome one more time, Joe Kuna and Alex Moravicek. Let them hear it, boys.
Thank you for that wonderful intro, Vinny. I appreciate all the love, man. I really do, and I thank you for this opportunity. And yeah, let's have some fun. I'm Joe Coonan. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, all that. Joe, Coonan, Joe Coonan. And this is my good friend here, Alex Moravcek on keys. And yeah, this is an original we're going to play for y'all. It's called Cutting It Close. And it's on my EP called Mood Swings. All right. Never said that I was a saint, but I ain't no fool in a maze. Yeah. It's easy to find your escape, yeah. When you're trying to learn from mistakes, yeah. But on a road less follow, don't know what'll happen tomorrow. Oh, where does the time go when you're running and cutting it close to get out of control? You're out of control. And if you got what it takes, you can't be easy to break. So I look my fears dead in the face, yeah. And then I go about my day. 'Cause on the road less follow, don't know what'll happen tomorrow, yeah. Oh, where does the sun go? You're running, cutting it close, get out of control. You're out of control. Yeah, take it away, Out of control. You're out of control. Oh, baby, what you gonna do now? Yeah, what you gonna do now?
Oh my God! Put your hands together for Joe Cotter and Alex Moravicek.
That's so awesome. So
Unbelievable. Gotta get them back. Gotta get them back.
That was great.
That's our show. Say goodnight, Vicky.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you here next week, 8 o'clock, live. Share the feed. Hey, you guys can play all you want. That's unbelievable. By the way, just real quick, how do they hire you guys? How do they do it?
Well, I mean, everybody has different ways of doing it. Usually I reach out to other people, or my manager does, or they reach out to me. I don't know. It's how you get booked for comedy gigs, really.
How do I get booked in comedy?
No, it's the same thing he's saying.
Oh, I hope it's better than comedy. Anyway, hey, that's our show. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Joe, play something. Rock it out. That was a great job.